Hello, today I'm going to show you how to use your Moments in Time pop-up die collection. There are 4 dies in the collection. Each one creates a fabulous pop-up card. In the collection there is also a coordinating paper pad, and today we're going to focus on From Paris with Love to create this stunning pop-up card. Today I'm going to show you how to use the Moments in Time cutting dies. We're going to focus on the From Paris with Love. This is part of our pop-up collection, so you get 1 metal die, and I'm going to show you some folding techniques as to how to create your pop-up card. You get your 1 die, 1 big die, with all that detail in. Inside you've got your step-by-step instructions, you've got a folding guide, and you've got some folding techniques and terms, and we'll go through all this as we are working through it. So I'm going to take my die, and I've taken a piece of the paper pad, the coordinating paper pad, and each sheet has little marks either side which tells you the halfway point. All you need to do is find the coordinating piece of paper that you'd like to use, and then using the guides either side, line them up roughly with the 2 notches either side of your die. And it's the printed design is quite a loose design, so don't worry too much about getting it perfect. And then we're just gonna secure that either side with some of our low tack tape, and then we're going to run that through our die cutting machine. Once it's gone through, just check that all the detail has been cut. Everything looks really nice and cut on there. Now things are popping out already. So let's just move those plates out the way. Remove your die, and just be careful when you're removing it, because some of these die, some of the paper pieces are very delicate. And then we're just going to use our die brush and just get rid of all the little bits. Okay, so once you've done that, you will see that you will have a load of different lines all cut, and you've got some that have cut all the way down, and then you've got some half cuts as well. So what you're going to do is you're going to use your folding guide, and within the folding guide there are red lines and green lines shown throughout the design, and the red lines coordinate with the mountain fold. So this is the term to describe the folds that are pushed outwards in the shape of a mountain, and then the green lines are the valley folds, and they're pushed inwards like a valley. So I would start with one end and work all the way across. So I'm going to start with the bottom, and then all you need to do is start folding the design. So I'm going to start with the valley fold, so you can see that this goes in, and then find your next line, and that will be a mountain fold, and then just keep going all the way across. Here are some extra folding techniques. The first one is levering, using your middle finger behind the fold as a lever push down the background layer with your forefinger and the base layer with your thumb. So you can see that, you can see that I've got hold of the fold with my finger behind it, and I've got my thumb and my other finger either side, and I'm just gonna pinch it and push this fold towards this way, and that will just give it a nice right angle and a nice crisp fold. And you can go along and do the same thing. The next one is pinching. So with pinching, you just need to get the fold and you simply pinch it between your fingers. So you can see that I'm just squeezing, and that just gives it a nice crisp fold, and you can see that it folds really nicely. The next technique is lifting. So using a pokey tool to help you lift elements that are in a space too small to fit your finger. So for example, if I turn this over, you can see some of these here are quite small. So if I turn that back around, you can then use your pokey tool and get within the fold and turn that. And you can actually lift that fold up. So then you can then ease it into your finger. So again, if this was flat, use your pokey tool, lift it at the fold, not too hard so you don't rip it, lift it, and then push it down. And then the final technique is springing, where you work on one small area and you push the two sections together. So using both hands, so let's work with this section here. So I've got hold of this background element with this hand, and then with my other hand I'm going to get hold of the fold, push it forward, and then we're going to push together. So we're actually pushing the two hands together to create that fold. And then once it's there, just give it a squeeze, make sure it's nice and firm, and there you go. Okay, and then once you're happy with most of your folds, what I would then recommend doing is getting your card blank at this stage. So I've got one of the coordinating card blanks. They are pre-cut and pre-scored, and you've got a lighter side and a darker side, and it's up to you which one you'd like to use. I'm going to go with the darker side on the inside, so I'm going to fold it this way. And then the reason why I'd recommend getting your card blank at this point is you can start bending this and start tweaking all your folds and just making sure that everything is going to fold nicely when it folds flat. So again, just work with each layer and just fold as you're going down. It will take a bit of practice, but once you've got it, and once it's folded as well, flat, that's it then. You don't need to do anything further apart from sticking it within your card blank. Once it's folded, it will fold perfectly flat. Just keep folding it back out, just to get that mechanism going, making sure it folds really nicely. And then all you need to do after that is fold along and then glue all the exposed areas that are not going to be folding outwards. So you might want to work out your areas that you'd like to glue all the way around, top and bottom. And then once it's glued in place, give it a good press. And it'll fold perfectly flat. And you can see all that detail, the 3D, the layers, absolutely gorgeous, and all the detail within the city, skyscrapers, all the front. And you can really play around with this. This is obviously just with the cardstock and paper pad, but you can then start adding your stamps, your glitters, heat embossing. You could even cut multiple of these out and start decoupaging if you want to. Absolutely gorgeous. And you can see as well, because we've chosen the darker cardstock in the background, that those shadows start to come through all the detailing. But if you wanted to, if we then turn that cardstock around and use the lighter side, you get a totally different look. So you get almost like a brighter look. So have a play around with the colours, put it on cardstock, put it on mirror card, add your mirror card in there, and then all you need to do then is, once you've stuck it, is decorate the front. And we've also got our Wrapped with Love die set, and this, if you cut these out twice, you can then create a lovely wrap, and this will just keep your cardstock encased and it won't pop open. Thank you very much for watching.